Welcome to the Right Reality Podcast. My name is Mixie.
Hello, my name is Steven, and welcome. This is All-Star Shore, Episode 2, Puke and Rally. Hell yeah, let's puke and rally. Nobody in this group did that this weekend. Not one of us.
No. Also, I cannot puke and rally. I would love to be able to do that. If I am puking, I am Melinda. I am down for the count. You will not catch me dead somewhere, like going to the bathroom, shoving a finger down her throat, and getting back out at that bar. I'm in bed.
So you're a puke, but not rally.
Yeah, I'll puke all day long.
If you puke, you will not rally. You're like Marnie later, who was like professional puker. I'll puke all day long.
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, I got you.
I am pretty good at it. And we've discussed this before. There is variations to puking. There is scream pukers. There are silent pukers. There are gag pukers. There are just efficient pukers. I am one of those. I'm in and out. That's just how I am in the bathroom in general, just in case you were curious.
I don't think they were. Really, I don't think anybody was. I don't think anybody was like, I wonder what her bathroom routine's like.
Okay, that sounds good. I was a little concerned about this episode when it started. I'm not going to lie. Overarching thoughts. I was like, might be a slow one. Sometimes these days where they go on a Paradise Reward can be a bit of a snooze fest. Even Chantel was like, they're going to be bored. I'm not jealous at all. They're going to be bored. I was concerned, but no, this episode delivered, and it takes a lot to deliver in an episode like this, but yet the editing team crushed it. Everyone carried their weight. We have so many iconic lines that, I'm overwhelmed right now. It's a great episode, and I'm excited to talk to you about it.
Mixie always has Ass of the Week, and I have, for the most part, always carried Quote of the Week. And we might have a Quote of the Year, Quote of the Season, Quote of the Millennia in this week's episode. I just want to say, before we get to the Exile game, the only thought I had watching that was they had to build not one, but two giant toilets.
Oh, Steven.
In a place where nobody, I think, is based. And they had to be like, okay, we have this idea. If we dunk them in a giant toilet, okay, can we build a giant toilet? What's it going to take to build a giant toilet? Do we just build the toilet or do we build the tank? Like, just the whole thought process that had to go on for that was just chef kiss. I love it so much. And then it was like, how do we stain the liquid to make it look like vomit? Fantastic.
Oh, I have so many questions during that Exile game. I don't think I've ever had more questions about like some sort of elimination, lose points, challenge type thing in my life. And we're going to get to that.
Love it.
What I want to start with is quite possibly one of the earliest asses of the week I've ever seen. We got our girl Hattie, or Hottie.
Something.
I said last week, is this girl on the show? You said yes. And she was like, I'm here, bitch. And not only am I here, I am getting this week's Ass of the Week. Of the week.
Mixie, was this a bear ass of the week?
Steven, I watched, we're gonna pull the curtain. Steven and I watched the first 10 minutes together. We were at work, our bosses dipped, and we were like, we got a screener.
All-Star Short time.
So we sat down and watched the first 10 minutes, and we sat there and hit the forward button and the back button, back and forth, trying to figure out if our girl had underwear on. I'm going to go with a no.
If she did, it was one of those like high waist ones that you pull up like over the back of your cheeks.
Okay, yeah.
Like the Instagram girls do.
Uh-huh.
But there was like nothing like going forward. When we paused it, we went frame by frame because we get into the details. We deliver all the hard-hitting investigative journalism that you want out of your number one All-Star Shore podcast recap show.
Absolutely. We have to.
And we couldn't tell. And because we can't tell, it's like football. If the ruling on the field was no underwear, you have to have undisputable video evidence to overturn the call on the field. The call on the field was she didn't have any bottoms. She poo-beared it, and we will continue to go with she Pooh Beared it.
Absolutely was Pooh Bearing in bed, and we love to see it. If you sleep with clothes on, I don't know if I can trust you.
I mean, she went full. She had the top, though.
I think that she was getting out of bed, was like, I don't want my boobies on television, but I'm sure I could pull my shirt down when I'm getting out of bed. I mean, the edit on this, again, we went frame by frame. For you, not for us. For you. They cut it right when we would have been able to tell if there was underwear on or not.
And that, to me, means no underwear.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to blur something else. I already had to blur the producer in the mirror a little bit later in the show.
There was a lot of blurs.
Walking by with a backpack on. I got to blur that. I don't need to blur some lady bits. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they had enough lady bits to blur throughout this episode. You know, the blur guy was tired. They decided to throw that in at the very end. They were like, all right, we need some B-roll. And nobody knows if this girl's on the show or not, so let's throw her in right now.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we get to know Hottie.
I don't even think she got an intro last week or this week, did she?
She didn't. But there are other people, I think. Are there other people that haven't got an intro? Yeah, I don't think I met Spanky. Did I meet Spanky?
I don't know.
We're having fun. Who cares?
Who cares? Who cares?
I would like to get to know her more than just her poo-bearing ways.
Is she now going to be referred to as Pooh Bear?
I think we're going to have to do it, considering I don't want to mispronounce her name and get yelled at.
That's true. That's true. That's very important that we do that. So we have Pooh Bear and Spanky so far.
Pooh Bear, Spanky, and Mustache. Don't forget Mustache.
Mustache, yeah.
You know, we are seeing... They have to, recap last episode, and then everybody's like, oh, Vinny's won, so he's going to pick somebody to go to the Paradise Reward, and we're going to make him eggs, and we're going to kiss his ass, and everybody's all focused on Fabio making eggs for Vinny. But, again, we get a segment right off the bat. We get, personally, my new favorite segment, What does Chantel not know this week?
Woo!
And you might be thinking, was Chantel even in the kitchen at that point?
Yes, she was.
She was. But you know what she didn't know? How to use a salt shaker properly. As evident here.
Chantal. Hold on. Look at this photo. If that one's not working, there is one on the other side of your body. There are two there.
Mm-hmm.
If that one has got clogged, you use the other one.
I also can't think of a worse way. First of all, I don't even want to say it's clogged. There's no way it's clogged. We're on day 2 of being at this place? It can't be clogged.
It gets clogged. Mixie, let me just roll you into Florida land real quick.
Oh, God.
In Florida land... if you ever go to like a beach bar, the salt shaker does two things. Okay. It delivers salt, but it also holds rice. And it holds rice because of the humidity in Florida.
I do know this.
It absorbs this, so it's not supposed to stay there and get clogged. It absorbs it. So I think they did not put rice in these salt shakers, and it got clogged because it's probably been sitting there for a week waiting for everybody to show up and be used.
Tea.
Again, hard-hitting journalism on the number one.
This is potentially true, but I can think of 3 better objects to poke holes in the salt shaker than the knife that she used. It wasn't just like a kitchen knife. It was a fucking knife. She was wielding that motherfucker.
It was too big. And again, let's put the photo up one more time.
Important.
She's not looking. This is dangerous, my dear. This is dangerous. We do not need you stabbing yourself. You already lost a toenail.
Yep.
We don't need you losing a digit or maybe popping one of the boobs. We don't need any of that, okay?
Cannot have it.
Your eyes on the prize and use the other salt shaker to your right. It's right below your eye line.
Maybe if she was looking at the salt shaker, she would have seen the other salt shaker right next to it.
Lord, just dangerous.
It was scary. I was scared.
I was scared for her too, yes. I was scared for her too. Chase was cooking eggs earlier, And I looked and I was like, I don't, what's up with these eggs? And Mixie looked at it. She was like, I don't think there's any seasoning in those eggs. Chase, are you cooking eggs without any seasoning, my guy?
Yeah, we also need to get to the bottom of this.
Ugh.
What are we doing? Are we just eating eggs and avocado? Are we just eating mush with no seasoning on it?
Gross. Do you think you're getting your macros or whatever the fuck you guys call it?
You guys want to know a little macros tip?
Don't count macros.
Parmesan cheese, good macros. Great macros, actually. Put Parmesan cheese on everything. Great macros. Look into it. I got you. Good macros. Anytime I'm like, I'm hungry, but I want to be healthy, I just coat it in Parmesan cheese. Great macros. That's girl math. That's girl macros.
This has been your macros report brought to you by Mixie.
The more you know. We are clearly being set up for an issue between Melinda and Tamaris in the Vinny situation. They are pushing this hard. There's going to be a problem. We know that that's coming, right? I am very torn on how I feel about Melinda. There are times where I'm like, is she just crazy? And other times where I'm like, I kind of want to party with this bitch. She has done something in this episode that is quintessential girl makeup. When you are doing, I'm going to educate you, Stephen, because I'm going to assume that you aren't aware.
I'm not aware.
A great way to lift your eyes when doing eyeshadow is to do it so that you have like a nice little line here, creates lines so that it like lifts your face up. It's a nice little, facelift.
Angling.
Yes.
Contours.
Not really at all because it's your eyeball. But yeah, contours. You're using words that go with makeup, and that's important.
Yes.
This guy learns and grows. I need you to look at this.
Okay, the photo's up. I see it.
She uses...
Hold on. Can I guess?
Yes.
They're going down and not up.
What are you talking about?
Okay, I was absolutely incorrect.
What part is going down? Hold on. Wait, what part is going down?
Her eyebrow things, don't they? Oh, you're talking about the sides here. You're talking about right next to the eyeballs.
Yes.
What is she using? Is that lip gloss?
This is what I'm saying. An innovative woman right here. Using straight edges wherever she can find it. If I had $1 for every time I just grabbed something out of my makeup bag and used it to help with my lines, I would be so rich. And this girl is in the middle of deep conversation with her, what they're trying to make her arch nemesis in the Vinny, battle. Mm-hmm. And she is using a lip gloss container to help her with her eyeshadow. Innovative. I think people are sleeping on her. I think she might be a bit smarter than we think.
Okay, you can go with that. I'm fine with you going that. I do want to say, in the levels of overdoing it, and might someone say overacting?
Oh,
she's leading. She's the leader on the leaderboard.
Oh, the leader on the leaderboard.
The leader on the leaderboard.
I'm not going to disagree with that, but I will call a spade as I always do. That is some innovative makeup work right there.
Innovative makeup work. I don't want to take away from the innovation.
You can't.
Because I like to innovate all industries, even ones I'm not familiar with, like the makeup industry.
Yeah.
But the over-the-topness, the clear...
I don't disagree, but...
It takes me out of, like, wanting to be on her side in any of these arguments that she's having. I'm just like, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Everyone else talking normally. It's like when I was in acting class. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone can pay for the class. But when you go up there and actually act, there are some people that you go, oh, honey, you should keep your money because it's not good right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a believable person. You don't seem like a believable person right now. Now, I didn't see you on our other show, so this might be who I get on television.
Okay.
But you know, who was our guy last year?
Joey Essex.
Joey Essex did a little bit of this too.
Yes.
But Joey Essex was able to, like, blur that line and at least do it in kind of a funny way, which I like. Right now, it's not working for me. But again, innovation.
It's important to make sure we discuss innovation in all types and with all people.
We should.
We talk about the sex that we discuss. I want to mention really quickly, there was a comment on our last YouTube video, which thank you for the comments, guys. We love to read them. Somebody thought it was really funny how much we were surprised by the aggressive sex that was shown. Because apparently, they are used to this aggressive sex. And also, Issa and Guy kind of touch on it later in the episode that people were shocked that they were having sex especially the first night, but on TV in general. And they were surprised by that. I'm starting to think that America has it wrong here. We need to be okay with fucking on the first night because it makes for great television.
1,000%. They said later, like, who wants to watch a TV show where there's no fucking?
Not me.
Cosign. I have never wanted to cosign anything more in my life.
Facts are facts, and they like to speak them. And Issa is my kind of girl. She says when she was talking to everybody about the sex, she goes, I'm not surprised to be the first one to hook up in the house, but I'm disappointed because no one else got to enjoy themselves. And we love a selfless queen. We love a girl that wants everybody to have a slice of cake. What an honest, beautiful woman, you know? Like, is she thinking about the sex she had? Sure. But she's disappointed that everyone didn't get to enjoy sex too. She wants that for them.
I don't want you to just worry about my mental health. I want you to worry about my sexual health too.
And that's important. And I appreciate her looking out. And then she pulled what I could only call an Ariana Pete Davidson moment and basically tells the world that he has a gigantic chode.
Good for him.
If you got a mustache like that, you got to have a big dick.
You cannot have a mustache like that and have a tiny penis.
You can't.
What a letdown for women. Like, oh my God, he's got that moves. Like, he's got that energy to him. He's got that mustache. And then he pulls his pants down and you're like, oh no. It would just take you completely out of the moment.
It would. And, if you can walk around looking like the Monopoly man and still get women, it's like an unspoken thing that you have a giant dick. Now, the width, I wasn't prepared for.
Yeah.
And honestly, if it is a correct width.
Yeah, she was very intoxicated, so we don't know.
That's scary. I might have to ask to leave. That's like... There's such a thing as too much of something.
Yeah, and I think also, like, when you're drunk, you, like, over-exaggerate the details you do remember. Like, oh, my God, I ate, like, 20 chicken fingers last night. And your roommate's like, bro, you ate 2 chicken fingers. You threw up and ate 2 chicken fingers. I think she was like, it was, like, this big. And it's like, baby girl, it was, like, this big. You know what I mean? Like, I think she was a little misguided with that. But I do appreciate that. And I do appreciate the fact that the ladies asked, like, I mean, would you do it again? And she's like, yeah, I mean, I would do it again. All I thought was, like, somebody asked you how the new restaurant was you went to yesterday. You're like, oh, I heard you went to that new restaurant. How was it? You're like, it was pretty good. Like, would you go again? Yeah, I think I'd go again.
Yeah, if I was in the neighborhood, I think I'd swing by. I don't know if I would drive 20, 30 minutes for it. But since it's right down the street, I think I'd go.
Yeah, I mean, if there's somebody who wanted to try it, I mean, I'd go. I'm not going to go out of my way. You're right. Mm-hmm. It just felt like a very Larry David thing to say in that moment. Like, yeah, I'd do it again.
And like the whole Curb Your Enthusiasm episode is the girl being like, well, that's kind of a fucked up thing to say. And he's like, I said I'd come back. I don't see the problem.
I said I'd come back.
I don't know. I mean, good for her to be able to take, again, if the picture she painted is accurate, to want to go back to that restaurant, that's a trooper. That girl has tenacity.
I think Ariana Grande made a song about that too, didn't she?
I think she did. Before she, broke up a marriage with a newborn baby and just absolutely wrecked lives. Yeah, unfortunate. So we get to find out now who is going to the Paradise Reward. Quite frankly, I don't really give a shit, but Fabio was so excited, he ran into the hammock and fell. Did you see that?
Did I see that?
It was amazing. Again, these little clips, could they have just shown everybody sitting down on the couch? Sure, but why would they do that? They're all so short. They're going to show Fabio running his full body into a hammock.
As a matter of fact, they should legally be held liable in a court of law if they leave stuff like this on the cutting room floor. See, we want the challenge to put this type of shit in. Okay?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't need to hear Fessel and all these other people talking for the 80th time about this and that and who they're doing it for and their strategy and, oh, man, I really don't want to vote you in. But you know what? I got to look up for my game. Show me somebody running into a hammock.
And this is why we love All-Star Shore. This was Fabio's episode. I mean, we got amazing moment after amazing moment from Fabio. He carried the torch that you had lit for him in episode 1 of screaming at everything.
Everything.
He peeked out his mic. You could hear it. He peeked his mic out. They tried so hard to fix it. Good for you, editing team. Shouts out to you. You're doing your best with what you're working with. But he peeked out his fucking mic.
Also, I know producing team does listen to this podcast. Shout out producing team. Producing team, can you message us and let us know if you had to get a replacement audio guy because his eardrum ruptured? Can you just let us know? Just DM, let us know that he's okay. He or she's okay.
Yep.
Just get back to us. Let us know that they are okay. After this moment, I was just like, that's my guy. He's going to be screaming about everything. I want all this all the time. They told him to be excited to read the littlest thing. Oh, he delivered. Yeah. Everybody delivers on the reading. Later, when they're all blitzed out of their mind and they're supposed to be reading something serious, it's like we're giving away $1 million. It's just like, be Oprah.
It's so good.
Now you're going to get to pick who goes in the XL Cup. It's like, yo. My God, bring it down.
I just want Fabio to read everything. I want Fabio to read everything. I don't want it. I need it. And I'm sorry, audio team. I know you probably asked him to do it and then you had to have somebody else do it again because your audio peaked.
You know where I knew that this was going to be a phenomenal episode? Two of the gentlemen decided, look at the size of this giant grasshopper that has infiltrated the villa. What can we do? We can be prank board champions.
Yep.
And they were like, we're going to take this and we're going to throw it into the shower where our girl Chantal is. This is peak television. Mm-hmm. Peak television that I will remember for the rest of my life. Because they picked it up and they just chucked it in there and completely naked just runs out without a care in the world. She called it a dragon. She thought it could breathe fire on her. The two guys in the interview, dying laughing, are trying to do her accent, which on the face of it is phenomenal television.
Uh-huh.
Take notes challenge. Take fucking notes.
My favorite part of the whole thing was Javi was like, oh, she can't win. She keeps getting all these bad things happening to her. I'm like, bro, you threw it at her. What are you talking about?
You threw it at her. You pulled the bed out over her foot.
Yeah.
There was a tarantula, apparently.
Yeah. Why didn't we see that, All-Star Shore? What are you doing?
What's going on? It is so goddamn good. I just wanted to watch that over and over on a loop. I wanted to see the beginning, middle, and end of this. This is why I wish I had live cameras to see what's going on in the All-Star Shore house. My God, was this peak television at its absolute best. And this type of shit would have been left on the cutting room floor if this was the challenge.
It would have.
And this is the problem with the challenge now.
Absolutely.
Can we have some fucking fun every once in a while?
But that's why All-Star Shore exists for you. They can't carry that torch. The challenge can't handle that anymore. They've grown. We don't like it, but they've done it. All-Star Shore understands what's good, and they make it happen. Fabio, this was your episode. You're coming for my top spot as favorite cast member right now with these actions. I need more pranks. I'm praying for more pranks. Crew members, as Steven said, we know production listens to this. Hi, put it in. If you were considering it, you're putting that in the cut.
Yeah. If you're like, Should we put in less like challenge stuff and more? Yes. The answer is yes.
Yes.
The answer is more of this stuff. And it's like, cut out some of the bits about the challenge.
We'll figure it out. We don't need the whole explanation of what's going to happen. They don't know what's happening, so we don't really need to know either. We'll all figure it out together.
Fabio is yelling them, so I do need those to stay in.
Well, if Fabio's saying.
Oh, yeah, only if Fabio's saying it. Yeah. Like last week, if they're running into the foam pit and they're bringing out letters, I kind of understand what they got to do. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Well, we got there eventually. I didn't really fully understand it to begin with. I was kind of concerned that there was too many points that they needed to do things at, that they were going to be confused. But we got there. We got there eventually, and it didn't matter, right?
Yeah.
I want to touch on the ATVing that happened. First off, Guy gave us some like sideways hand job motions. I feel like he enjoyed the ATVs because the handlebars reminded him of the girth of his penis.
Probably.
We also got a fantastic little shot and another shout out to the production crew. Check out production.
Love when this happens. I was like, I think I saw production in the background with the van.
We love to see it. Honestly, give us more of this shit. Joe Millionaire is top tier at showcasing the crew and production when they weren't supposed to. And you guys came for that title this week. I saw cameramen at least 4 different times. This was my personal favorite shot of all of them, but I love it. This is what makes it feel good. This is what makes it feel authentic to me.
Don't blur out production either.
Unnecessary.
I understand there's people filming the show. I get it. It's not going to take me out of the element. I just leave them in. Now, if that person's like picking their nose or scratching their butt, okay, blur it.
I would like to state the hot tub situation. While it was fun listening to Guy talk about sex and we got the scratch marks on the arms, I feel like we missed a lot at the house because we get back to the house and everyone is blackout drunk. And I wish I would have saw how that happened because there's no way it happened in a chill, casual way.
No way at all.
No.
Not even close.
We sit down to find out who's going to go to exile, and Spanky is chugging tequila from a water bottle. Amazing. And then he says, for the stress. We know, buddy. You actually don't need to justify it, but okay, whatever you say.
You're so used to saying that to your friends and family when you're not on the show. Don't need to do that here, my guy.
And then we get to the part of the show where I was confused a little bit. Maybe somebody could help me out. Did Melinda and Tamaris know each other prior to this show? Because that whole thing felt like, best friends for 5 years that just one of them betrayed the other one.
Mixie. Clearly, they did not. The whole day drink-a-thon, which was perfectly crafted, because I think most times they do, okay, maybe we will do the nominations before, the exile thing, right? Mm-hmm. Before they go do their little thing, they come back. Maybe we'll do it the next morning. Everybody can party, have fun, and we'll do it the next morning before we do the thing. No. That is not what happened. No. They were like, we should get everyone real boozed up good. And then do it later. Mm-hmm. And then do it later. So our boy Spanky yelled like he was giving away $1 million, like I said earlier, right?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Melinda drunk yelling at them as soon as they were as nominated, right?
Yeah.
Chase, in his interview, drunkenly saying, I don't know why they picked me. It doesn't make sense. Well, look at you, sir. It makes perfect sense.
Yes, this whole thing of why would you do this? I'm offended that you're doing this. We're in 4th place. You guys are easily the most capable team outside of Vinny and Tamaris right now from what we're seeing. I do think Chantel and Spanky are sleepers.
Sure.
I do. And I will also say there's not any teams like last year that were clearly just bottom of the barrel teams. So I can understand it a little bit. Also, Chantel was livid that she wasn't picked to go to exile.
Love that about her. I think when she hears what exile is later, she's going to be really happy that she was not chosen for that. I think she thought it was a reward. And maybe that is, though, what does Chantal not know this week is exile is bad. You don't want that, okay? You don't want anything to do with that. But going back to your point earlier about, like, did they know each other? No. Melinda was just drunk off her ass. And it seems like she might be the type of person who, when drunk, the littlest things can just be like an absolute bottle rocket right in the air.
I don't know where you're getting that information. She seemed cool, calm, and collected.
She seemed very the opposite of those things you just said. And Vinny, this is what I wanted to ask you, Mixie. Are you the Vinny in this situation, or are you the Tamara in this Tamaris in this situation? Are you like, I can't deal with this? You're drunk. I'm not having this conversation. Or are you like, well, sweetie, let's talk this out. Let's hug. So
I would say it depends on how drunk I am.
Okay.
If I'm super drunk as well, I'm trying to figure this situation out. If I'm going in sober and they're fucked up, I am walking out the other door. I would say if it's dependent on my alcohol consumption, I would probably say 8 out of 10 times I would be the Vinny, unless I'm like real drunk. And then I'm like, I can fix this.
Because she seemed like she was maybe like a 2 or a 3 on the buzz scale, while Melinda was like an 8 to 9-ish.
Yeah. I mean, she changed clothes. So they clearly had some time to change. Because I don't know if you noticed, but I noticed she wasn't wearing anything under that jumpsuit.
I don't know if you noticed she wasn't wearing anything under the fucking Oshkosh Bagosh overalls. Get the fuck out of here.
You're right. I'm sorry. You? I'm so sorry. I will step back and learn and grow from this situation. I paid attention to this part of the episode. I swear I did. But my eyes stayed on her tits to see if we got how they stayed inside of that little baby.
They're beautifully crafted. I think that's why. Beautifully crafted.
What, the boobs or the jumpsuit?
The boobs. Yeah.
Oh, they are stunning and brave.
Yeah.
I will agree with you on that. I was waiting, especially when she was like grabbing Melinda and trying to like talk to her.
I was like,
I was just like,
no.
Beautiful. I mean, she must have taped them. Again, we're gonna get into like Olivia from the challenge area, where I'm not understanding where the nipples are if I haven't seen them yet, because it doesn't make mathematical sense. If you're on the XY chart, it just isn't. It isn't computing. The math isn't mathing.
It just sucked me in like an absolute tractor beam, as I'm sure that's exactly what they wanted it to do for me, right?
I would assume so.
Yeah, they wanted me to just be like, and I was like, Tamaris, again, I know you're listening. Thank you for the shout out last week and for messaging us. Now I'm nervous for anything I would say.
Oh, go ahead. This is a safe space.
Jesus fucking Christ! It's just so attractive. She's so unbelievably attractive on the show. And you know what? Last week I was like, man, her in a bikini is so fucking hot. I will say the unbroad overall outfit, much hotter.
Yeah.
Much hotter. Because at any second you're like, am I going to get a slip? I got full side boob and potential slippage.
You got like full under boob and side boob in some of the shots.
Half boob.
Yeah, I mean.
Crescent moon boob, if you will.
Where was the nipple? It's like Kyle XY, except for instead of the belly button, it's the nipple. Where is it?
Kyle XY. Fucking hell.
It's got to be there, right? It's got to be there.
I mean, I would assume so, yes.
But Melinda's crying. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Massive amounts of shit about Vinny and Tamaris. I mean, the jealousy is just palpable. We're getting to the point where I don't like to say this because I don't want to blow up somebody's spot. Somebody's very insecure and doing a lot of things to try to hide it. That is basically just turning on a neon arrow sign that says, "Hi, I'm insecure. Look at me. I'm insecure."
Womp, 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 womp. Arrows, arrows, arrows. And then she tries to like save it later by talking to our boy Fabio and was like, first of all, back the fuck off our boy Fabio. Don't rope him into this fucking situation. I think Fabio's really... No.
Keep your hands off my German-Italian man.
He has to yell more times and pop more bottles of champagne and do one of the best things I've ever seen on television, which was a thing from the last show where he took a condom, pulled it over his face, and blew that motherfucker up. Look at this photo. Look at this man. You tell me you don't want to hang with this guy.
I do. Real bad. Really, really badly. I might have to get some earplugs to make it through the entire time, but I would do it. I would do it for the vibes. I loved, personally, during this whole Melinda fight, Chase didn't give two fucks in a shit. And Vinny pulls a Jim Halpert and just stares down the barrel of the camera at one point. He's like looking at he's like trying to get to production and it's like, you guys put me on this show. Like, what is happening? It was very Blake circa All-Star Shore season 1. He keeps giving the Blake looks to camera and I'm really appreciating them.
He looked at the camera like, do I have to do something here or can I walk out of the room?
Can I leave?
Can I just... You guys got this? Okay, cool. She's staying in the room. Tamara's staying there. All right, I'm out. And then he walks back to everybody. He's like, I can't deal with that. I'm not dealing with that. And I was like, I feel you. You did what you had to do on the show. The first time they're drunk and she's like, oh my God. And my girl Tamaris got fucking sucked into that conversation. Now she's crying.
Mm-hmm.
She said, bro, 3 times in one sentence that fit on the screen, which I think is a new Guinness World Record, by the way.
That is impressive. I can't believe that I agreed with Chase. I'm pretty sure that Chase is kind of like King Fuckboy, and he was spitting absolute facts. He's like, everybody's being dramatic. This is the game. This is what we do. Hey, Vinny, I love you, man. No hard feelings. These people are freaking out over nothing. We're going to go to exile. It's going to be fine. Everything's fine. We're having a good time.
Because Chase realized, he's like, hold on. I think they told me at the beginning of the show, none of us actually go home. So I just lose points if I lose?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What's the big fucking deal?
Exactly.
I watched last season. Everyone goes to the end of the game anyway. Who cares? It's the first week. Absolutely pinnacle television, this show. I can't believe some of you guys are not watching this show.
Turn it on.
Thank you again for the people who created this show because it was great. And because we love the minor details, Mixie, I wanted to point out one minor detail that I think, again, people who aren't too familiar with the number one would think we don't see. Mm-hmm. We see everything.
Always.
We see everything. And the shot of Melinda being absolutely hungover, which, again, nobody in this group was this weekend.
Yeah. No, I would never do that. I would never put my body through copious amounts of alcohol, honestly, to the point of pretty much poisoning myself. That would be irresponsible and not smart.
Yeah, no. She wouldn't do that to herself because she owes it to you, the listening community, to always be at peak performance at any time in case any emergency podcast stuff has to happen. She's
fine.
Ready to deliver episodes, day or night, ready for you. Yep. So when she woke up in the hangover, which again, nobody in this group had this weekend, there were 3 multicolored bottles next to her bed on the nightstand.
Oh, you mean the labelless Pedialyte?
The labelless Pedialyte. The Columbia version of Pedialyte. Whatever that is, they were there. Not one, but they were like, we got you 3 different flavors. And it just took me back to the last time I had Pedialyte, which was when I had food poisoning at a bachelor party in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Hold on. Was it food poisoning or was it food poisoning?
No, it was food poisoning because I about shit myself on the golf course.
You can have that.
Fairness, yeah, you could have that from drinking too much.
You could have that.
It was actual food poisoning.
Going back to the beginning of the episode, no one wants to know about your bathroom experiences.
Oh my God. Pedialyte, though, absolute king. I love how they probably have like a cooler of that in the production truck.
I think they flew with it.
Reach out and let us know.
Yeah, I need to know if it's the fully leaded version, if you're getting that good, or if you're getting the knockoff.
Well, actually, the Columbia version might be better. Like,
it
Mexican
might be.
Coke is
let us
much
know.
better than regular Coke.
I'm sure they know. I'm sure the cast of All Star Shore is aware which one is better.
Oh, my God.
Marnie is referred to as a professional puker? How do you get that degree?
Great question. I'd love to answer. It's called just growing up in the UK.
Oh.
Yeah. You just learn to puke in the UK because you start drinking at like 12 or 13. And you're not drinking good stuff at 12 and 13. You're drinking really, really nasty shit.
Well, yeah.
Coke bottles of things called White Lightning, which, again, nobody in this group had when they studied abroad.
No.
Gross, disgusting. No, thank you.
Okay, but the name sounds nice.
It looked like, again, just from research photos I've seen online, it looks like a bottle of Mountain Dew. It's in like a legit 2-liter.
I'm missing the part where this is supposed to be bad. It's called White Lightning. When you drink it, do you go ka-chow?
That movie didn't come out at that point.
But now you would. But you didn't drink it. Hold on, wait, but you didn't drink it.
Oh yeah. If one were
ka-chow
to drink it, you would just go ka-chow. And then you would proceed to go, oh. Yeah. If you were to decide to do that. But because she grew up in the UK, this is just what she is. This is what she is. Mm-hmm. Animal when it comes to puking.
Okay, well, I'm assuming that they contacted her when filling up the toilets for the Exile game. I have so many questions. I really do. I must know how they collected that much vomit. Whose vomit is it? Why was it collected? Did they pay for it? How much was it?
Let us know in the comment section. Go ahead. Comment in the comment section.
And then also all of the questions Steven had about the toilets. I also need to know all of the answers to all of that as well. Oh, I have more questions. Why was it like a legal reason that you guys didn't dunk them all the way in the toilet and then bring them back up?
Yeah.
You're going to do it.
Yeah. Go to the neck. Maybe it was like, because they're on a thing, they can't like get their head above water because some of them had to wear life jackets when they went in the ocean. So maybe that was the reason for it.
Listen, I'm sure that there's a reason. I want to know why. I'm curious if it's like a thing that they all signed an agreement and they were like, we're going to unionize and not let them dunk us under vomit. And they like came together and they were like, we, All-Star Shorecast Season 2, will not be fully dunked under vomit. You can go up to here, but no more. It must stop here.
I will say I don't believe they did this as a good of idea as that is, realistically. I'm going to say no because our girl Marnie let us in on a little secret just before this happened. And she delivered to us what I might say is potential for quote of the season already. Play the clip.
I can't have any fish guts going anywhere near my vagina.
I feel like this is just a logical conclusion for any woman to say, I don't think it needs to be stated out loud in public. However, this is All-Star Shore, so you do need to put that on the record. That's why I don't think they signed anything, because she was just like, hey, for those of you listening to this microphone around my neck here, no fish guts near my lady bits, okay? Please and thank you.
But it wasn't, they still dunked the lady bits.
Right, but do we know it was fish guts? I think she was fine with other liquids. It was just, I don't want the fish guts near her.
Okay, so maybe she has a clause in her contract that she can't have fish guts near her hoo-ha. Maybe that's what it is.
As I think of this more, because again, hard-hitting journalism here on the number one.
Must do this investigation.
I don't think you say that unless you have experienced that before.
It does seem a little out of left field if it's not something that's happened to you.
It seems like an odd thing to say out loud.
It is. It is a weird thing. But I will say, it was a great quote, and it's a
Great
fantastic soundbite.
Yes.
Kids, take it, make some TikToks out of it. Who knows? Get famous. I want to talk about this exile game. So basically, it's a how well do you know your partner? Great premise.
Newlywed game. Yeah.
Yes, great premise. Love the idea. Would have preferred this maybe 4 or 5 episodes in, but understand why they did it now. There was some poignant questions in here that they were definitely putting to try to cause fights for later. I don't think it really worked that way. I think it worked the opposite way, and we might now have to see Fabio hook up with this girl that overacts, but neither here nor there.
Allegedly.
Yes. And they were like, who do you want to see in the next exile game? Whatever. Okay. I don't think that that's going to cause a problem personally. But there were some great questions in this game. And Steven, I'm going to do it. We got to answer them. We got to let the hotties get to know us.
Oh, Mom LaFranc, turn it off.
We're watching All-Star
This is not fair. Your parents aren't listening.
Yeah, my parents don't understand technology. Sucks to suck. Anyways, I'm not going to answer for you. We're going to answer for ourselves. And I'll go first to make it nice and comfy. Nice and comfy, okay? This is a safe space. This is not on the internet for everyone to listen to and watch. Okay?
Oh, God.
And if you feel uncomfortable, you could bleep yourself. I am secure. So I will be able to answer these. Question number 1. Would you rather be the cheater, be cheated on, or be the side piece? I will start. Side piece. Not my problem. Not my circus, not my monkeys. I'm just there.
Are you aware you're the side piece?
I would assume that if you're referring to yourself as the side piece or you're picking side piece, then yes, you know. But again,
I'm gonna go with that too then.
I wouldn't go for it, but if it presented itself to me and there's a that's their problem. I'm over here chilling. I would rather, the last thing I want to do is cheat. I will never cheat in my entire life. You won't catch me doing that. And being cheated on would absolutely destroy me. So being the side piece sounds the safest of all 3.
It does. I think if you're not aware you're the side piece, now we're having an interesting conversation. But if you are aware you're the side piece, I think it's a simple bet. Yes.
Well, wait, if you're not aware that you're the side piece, then are you not picking side piece? I'm even more picking side piece. I'd rather not know I'm the side piece and not know that I'm ruining a different relationship.
Oh.
I don't want to go out of my way to ruin a different relationship. And I'm not saying I'm going to do that. But out of all 3, I'm still picking side piece.
I just love it. I'm not going out of my way to ruin a relationship. I mean, I'll do it. If I'm like...
If it's presented to me and...
Yeah, in clear, written details, I'll do it. But I'm not going to go to extra dinners to do it or something,
Yeah, I wouldn't, invite that person out. But if they invited me,
different story.
I'm just out here living, You can't get mad at me for having a pulse.
If you happen to have my location on your phone, I mean, I'm just living. You show up to where I'm at, it's fine.
Yeah, not my circus, not my monkeys,
Okay, I like that. Make it add into t-shirts.
Okay. Missionary, doggy style, or Eiffel Tower. I would also like to state, did you know what an Eiffel Tower was?
How dare you again?
Okay.
Yeah.
Some people don't know, I had to teach people in 3rd grade, but I knew.
Jesus Christ. Okay, you go ahead first. We're going to get anybody who doesn't... well, here's mine. You guys ready? Yeah, I bleeped it out. There you go.
Boo, doggy style. But Guy called that out. That's just I think that is probably every woman's favorite. It's the least amount of work for us out of the 3.
I love how that's the reasoning. It's just the least amount of work.
Yeah, I'm sure that helps you.
I mean, that was literally your rationale. You're like, it's the least amount of work. I mean, I don't really want to be there, but I want to do the least amount of work. And I don't want to put effort into being the side piece.
This should help you with the answer to the next question. Would you rather give, receive, or watch? Basically, cuck. I don't know why they didn't say cuck. We all know what cucking is here. We talk about cucking openly.
Who's saying give? Who's saying give?
I don't understand that. I will never understand that. I would love, if you were saying give, explain it to me. I mean, I think that there are people that are that actually selfless that are like, I enjoy you finishing from my actions more than me finishing. It doesn't make sense.
Sure. But only if it's good. I mean, it's never bad. You know what I mean? It's just like...
Well, it is. It can be.
For you guys, it can be bad. For us, it's always great. We're just happy to be there.
Hold on. You're going to sit here and tell me if a girl gave you a blowjob with teeth, it's still going to be good?
How much teeth?
Any teeth. What do you mean?
Well, again, we're happy to be there. Okay?
You're happy to be there if you're fucking getting a blowjob from a shark? Like, what do you mean?
This is why I asked, how much teeth?
Any teeth is too much teeth, Steven.
I mean, if it's grazing.
If there's like a single snaggle tooth that's a little lower than everything else, and you're getting that the whole time.
That is the problem she should have taken care of at a young age and got braces like everyone else did.
But no, that's classist of you. Maybe she couldn't do it, okay? Maybe she had to live with that. But you're asking me how many teeth are we talking? It could just, all you need is one. One is too many teeth.
I'd like to see what the other gentlemen have to say. Yes, I mean, I think it also depends on who's giving it.
You're going to tell me the hottest girl, Tamaris, is giving a teeth-filled blowjob, and you're going to be okay with it because it's Tamaris?
I can't believe you make me answer that question. Of course I'm going to say yes. Of course.
Teeth is teeth, Steven.
It's on the record.
No. This is come on. Moving on. We're back to being tame. This question was out of left field for me. All these other ones are just, we're going aggressive. And then they go dinner party, yacht party, or after party.
I don't have enough information about the dinner party.
What do you mean you don't have there's a yacht. Who gives a fuck?
Okay.
They didn't say boat party. They said yacht party.
I'll go yacht too, I guess. But it's
yacht, and then it's after parties. After parties are also always the best because you're already fucked up. So the whole oh, hey, I'm at the party. Hey, oh, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in forever. Oh, you're like, you know?
Oh, that sounds very familiar. Yeah. Really familiar. I'm after party.
After parties are when you pulling the alcohol out that you got from your friend that you hate, but that's all you have left, and you're like, I'm drinking it. That's peak times. Dinner party, I don't care if it's my favorite meal.
That's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know more, but clearly that information was not given to them. I should stop overthinking it and just go with yacht party. I just don't want it to be like a snooty yacht party. Sometimes you see these yacht parties and everybody's really dressed up. I don't want to be on that type of yacht party.
I'm sorry. You look hot on a yacht? Oh, wah. I'm sorry. You're in the middle of the ocean on a beautiful floating piece of wood? Oh, boo.
I'm on a boat.
Yeah.
Everybody look at me because I'm sailing on a boat.
Come on.
No copyright strike, please.
Okay. Last one. Give up alcohol, social media, or fame. Now, we're not famous.
Right. Well.
To
a certain percentage of the population.
You guys can help us get famous. Make sure you hit that follow button. Check us out on YouTube. Give us a
nice review. Really well done.
Even if I was famous, I think I'd give up alcohol. I should give up alcohol, honestly.
No comment.
Guys, got to make sure you get those likes in so that I'll beer bong champagne before I give up alcohol forever.
Yeah, I was expecting more from you guys, and it didn't arrive.
You shot for the stars, and I appreciate it. But what are you giving up?
I'm giving up the alcohol. That one's pretty easy. Pretty easy.
You pretty much still drink anyways, which I applaud. But
thank you.
Even
if I did, I'm so deep into social media now as part of my daily thing. To stop that for a day, I imagine is really tough, especially
What are you talking about? You've had to take a step back from social media. I can't even count how many times.
Yep, definitely did that every time.
Yeah, because when people say that they take a step back from social media to learn and grow. They don't just like log back in and not do any activity so that people can't tell, or log into their burner accounts to just continue to stay on social media, because that wouldn't be taking a step back. So
it wouldn't be learning and growing. They have to call Zucks. They have to call Elon. They go, listen, I obviously cannot handle the responsibilities of this. I need you to turn my account off. Wink, wink. And then they go, are you? And Zuck's like, you got to take another step back. And then he's like, yeah, I got to take another step back. And they're like, how many steps back have you taken? And he's like, that's not the point here, Zucks. Okay, just turn the account off. Wink, wink. You know? That's how it goes as a celebrity life. And if you're not famous, guess what? You can't call Zucks to do that.
Yeah.
To take steps back. So you're definitely not getting rid of fame.
Yeah, these two go hand in hand.
Zuck's not taking your call if you're not famous. Come on.
Now, I did skip the question about who we would fuck in the house. I think that if it's strict fucking, well, either way, I know you're picking Tamaris. If it's strictly just to sleep with them, I'm taking Chase.
Okay.
If it's relationship based, I would rather have Vinny as like a partner in a relationship, but Chase is on my case, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, there seems to be a weird thing going on with Chantel and Chase, because the other question that I did skip was also, who would you want to see in exile next? Marnie says Tamaris, which was a bit out of left field, although they did, and I appreciate this, give us a bit of a flashback as to why.
Yep.
And then I completely understood why she said that. Chase seems to hate Chantel because she talks. I feel like that's a bad reason to dislike somebody.
Yeah, that just seems a little out of place, Chase. I don't need it. I think you thought you were going to come in, be big man on campus, BMOC. And she's just, talking, doing her thing, living life, getting scared of dragons in the shower.
Yeah.
Like, come off of it, Chase. I'm sorry you thought you were going to be the guy here. Just leave our girl alone, okay?
We love Chantel, and you need to take a step back from her. I will kill you. Don't talk to my friend like that.
Oh, we're having fun last night, and then you had to be extra. It's like,
Chantel gave a little bit of Amanda there. Chase got dunked, and she gave Chase a little middle finger dance, and we love to see it.
God, she's good. I want to party with her. I don't think we could hang.
I can't do it.
No. Well,
I'm scared. I mean, I'll try, but I will Irish exit. Chantel, I'm telling you right now, we're going to hang out. We're going to have a great time. I'm going to tell you I'm going to the bathroom and getting another drink. You will not see me. I might not even say anything. I might just sneak into the bushes like that Simpson meme where he just kind of disappears into the bushes. That's me. That's me. I'm the Irish exiting queen.
And yelling, and then you're just gone.
Do you Irish exit?
Where are you, Mixie? And you're just gone.
Do you Irish exit? Is that how you do it when you're at parties?
No, I can't do that.
I knew you wouldn't. Oh, it's my bread and butter.
I can't do that. If I will occasionally do the like, all right, guys, I'll see you to the whole group.
Nope.
If they don't hear it, I go, well, too late. Sorry, I said it. You weren't paying attention. I'm out.
I could give a TED talk on it.
A friend of mine used to call it shady bouncing. That was her term for it. She goes, I'm going to shady bounce.
That has a negative connotation. I like Irish people, and I like leaving. So
I feel like the Irish one has a negative connotation.
Shady and Irish, that you're gonna make those
No.
Connection?
It's just called shady bouncing. The Irish part is not in that one.
But I'm saying Irish goodbye sounds like bye Letty, and like you leave.
No, but
a
you don't
shady
do any of that.
exit
You just
sounds like
leave.
I
You just leave.
understand.
You don't
I'm
say
saying,
bye to anybody. That's shady.
I get what you're saying. What I'm saying is Irish exit sounds better. I'm not saying that it is better. I'm saying it sounds better than a shady exit.
Vote on the poll. Which one sounds more appropriate?
What do you hate Irish people?
I love the Irish. Why
I don't know.
that
You're
they would
saying
live
it
like
sounds
that?
worse. I don't understand where that's coming from.
We're calling out a whole group of people for just leaving without saying anything.
Yeah, good for them. They created a cultural movement. I love it. I support it. I'm going to do a little Irish jig out of here.
Be careful. You might have to take steps back and learn and grow.
I'm not going to take a single step back. If I'm taking a step back, I'm doing it the Irish way, and you're not going to see it.
Let's move on. Can I mention one part about the alleged dates that were supposed to happen as we pass the hour mark here on this episode?
Oh yeah, what the hell went on with that?
Dates that was not set up, but again, I don't care. It's All-Star Shore. They can do whatever they want. The one thing that left me going, why, was Vinny went into the other room to get what piece of equipment?
A hair dryer.
Is a hair dryer. I've looked at Vinny's hair.
I thought the same thing.
I don't think you need it, my guy.
And Tamaris was already ready. She was already fully ready to go.
She not only was she ready, she was dressed to the nines, ready to go. And that dress that I was like, mother of God. None of the three guys looked like they even showered yet. Which is usually the opposite, right? The guys are fully ready to go, and the ladies are like, oh, I'm just doing my makeup. It'll be another 45.
That's a great point. Hair dryer gate. What was the hair dryer for, Vinny?
Yeah, what was it for? Also, why did Melinda and Chase get to come back to the house after they went to exile? Just go right away. You don't get to come back to the house. Just go.
I guess
you don't get to come back to the house and try to stir shit up. No, you just go right away. I really do think that a lot of the changes that I'm seeing is them trying to like cause more problems, which I get it. I have a bone to pick though. Okay.
I didn't think that exile looked bad at all. If we go back to the very first exile of season 1, they were put on this disgusting ass fishing boat, this tiny little thing. Amazing. And this time they got a perfectly good mattress that it looks like they just took a knife to like 4 or 5 times, and some other furniture that they found on the side of the road.
They did.
They gave them blankets. What the hell is this? Humane? What the fuck?
I'm not going to poo-poo it yet. Versus last year, yes, there were definitely some worse things there. I was expecting like the worst one out of the gate. So when they go back, they tell everybody, oh, it's so horrible. It's so horrific. We had to pick through fish guts or whatever. Like, they're just going to lay on that bed. It's not going to be too bad. They didn't have to do anything weird that we've seen yet. Yeah. Maybe something will happen there in the next episode. But you know, it's fine. It's fine. I didn't mind it that much. I did love how they went to Sexile.
Hold on. I do want to say real quick, my thought process on why they did the exile like this is that I think they actually have to sleep there. Because as we discussed, and I'm not going to get anybody in trouble, but we do know for a fact certain exiles did not end in sleeping there. I think that they had to make it a bit more humane to allow for
who cares?
An actual sleep. Who knows? I will find out though. So yes,
but
the Sexile.
Can I say this? I don't think the move is to build a fort there.
It was already a fort. I didn't understand that. They were in a fort already.
What was that about?
I didn't. Yeah, whatever. The Sexile thing. I think again, I'm reading too deep into this. I think that the whole thing was they were trying to do like dates, and then they were gonna reveal the Sexile area because it was like a fancy date night situation, and you have your dates, and maybe a date will go to the Sexile room. I think Chantel just like, oh my god, what's down there, and they just walked down into.
I think all the dates went badly because everybody was like, I just like you as a friend. I like you as a friend. I don't think this is going on. I think this is your friend. And the only like real relationship is the one where Vinny tried to make a move and kissed her and she said, thank you.
Yeah. Has that happened to you?
Pass. Vinny has been on numerous television shows. There are a lot of women who would love Vinny to kiss them and to like be interested in them. Vinny reverted back to being a 15-year-old boy in that moment. And just went like I just saw his like whole chest cave in on himself, and all the air went out of him in that moment. Because I think the whole time he's like, I don't think I should do this. I'm telling her what I'd like to do. She doesn't necessarily seem all that interested, but she doesn't seem not interested. And he went with it, and she said, thank you. And I'm just like, I wanted to pour one out for my boy Vinny right there.
It was rough. I mean, the thing that they say they like about each other is they're both laid back. They're both chill. They feel like they're hanging out with basically themselves and all of this stuff. Okay, then you know yourself. You know you're not going to be aggressive. You know that you are this chill person. You can't be like, oh my God, you're so awkward. Like, hello? If you're saying that you like this guy, you like that he's like laid back, you like that he doesn't have any game and all this stuff, then he's not going to have game. That's what's going to happen.
What is she supposed to do in that moment then?
Okay, I'll tell you.
Okay.
If I actually liked the guy and I knew he was a bit awkward, I think that if he went in to make that like kiss on the cheek, I would have turned, I would have grabbed his face, and I would have started making out with him there. Or like when he was back, or when he was back to like talking about like, oh, I just want to rub on you and kiss you, I'd be like, then fucking do it right now. And I'd look him dead in the eyes.
I don't think she's all the way there yet.
She gave no opening, She was just like, oh, you're so awkward. Like, oh my God.
Didn't she call him a fuckboy too as well?
A while back, I think.
Like maybe she still thinks he is that guy and she's not convinced of it yet.
Well, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. She was annoyed that he was going after
Was he though?
I think that he flirted with her just to get a vibe check, and very quickly, as he said, he was like, oh, I thought she was going to be like the cute laid back one, and then I found out Tamaris was that, so I switched my game up. I feel like that point that he made was maybe 4 hours into them knowing each other.
4 hours seems like 2 hours
too much.
Too long.
Maybe.
I think he should have said that to her. I think he should have said,
yes,
listen, I wanted to get a vibe check. The vibes have been officially checked. And I am all the way out on her, and I'm 100% in on you. Mm-hmm. I think that would have helped her. But again, like, oh, just the thank you. Like, every guy who watched that show was just like,
yeah,
no.
Yeah,
no, not like this.
That was
and to
tough.
see it happen to somebody like Vinny, like you just go, oh, whatever girl he kind of wants, he can probably like at least get a kiss out of. He got like a pat on the back and a thank you, and he's like, yikes.
Again, to back Tamaris up a little bit here, a lot of people are, as Vinny said in episode 1, kissing on a show is basically
True.
having sex. So I can kind of see that. But again, the thank you is... she also made a comment about how she didn't want to be another number for him. I mean, it is kind of like his persona. It's the Jersey Shore persona of going and banging chicks and, never seeing them again, basically. So I can see where she's coming from on it, but none of that justifies a thank you.
No, we tried to do it for you.
We
because
tried.
you're hot and you sent us a nice message, but we draw the line at thank yous. One last thing. I want to stress this. Did you catch what happened with the Sexile? Are you referring to the gentlemen sitting on each other and one of them was just trying to bang each other the entire time?
Well, no, but that was fantastic. Chantel stands in front of the Sexile room and she goes, "Welcome to my crib." And then they cut
I definitely saw that. The Cribs
to a
intro.
Beautifully remade MTV Cribs moment.
So
my heart was
so
full.
well done.
Full.
It had the sparkles and everything on it. The quick swish pans, right? The roll up with the Steadicam situation. Oh, it was so good.
All we were missing was a fridge tour. There wasn't a fridge in there, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, that would have been good. A fridge tour.
It was so good. I laughed through that entire thing. That was amazing.
But the other thing that was great about that is they had the footage of it. So whether somebody was like, after she said that, we need to go back and we need to film it like a Cribs intro.
Uh-huh.
Smart.
Whoever made that call.
Good notepad.
12 out of 10.
Keep doing this.
Yes.
Keep doing it. I keep saying we'll come help you. I don't think you need much. We just want to be along for the ride now. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, we'll throw in our 2 cents where we see fit, but I don't really think there's much that you guys need help with. Continue
you could
doing
just
what you're doing.
refer to us as Julio. Collectively, you just go, Julio, what do we think? What do we think?
God.
And we'll give some input.
I like that. That's a good idea.
I like that.
Incredible episode 2. Again, I was a little nervous that it was going to be dull. It was not. It delivered on all accounts. I don't know why I was concerned. Maybe it's a little bit of the Challenge USA season 2 that's creeping in on me, that I'm a little, on edge, that things are going to be slowing down, but we keep chugging along, and I can't wait for next episode. I know, Steven, you probably didn't watch the preview for next episode.
Nope, never do.
Things are looking spicy, and I like that.
Let's go!
Thank you very much for checking us out. Tell your friends. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page if you are just listening. We appreciate that. But head over to our YouTube page. Look at our faces. They're pretty nice to look at. We also have had a serious lack of Apple Podcast reviews. I would love to see some people that are coming over for All-Star Shore letting us know what they think on Apple Podcasts. I'm not even telling you to give me 5 stars. I want to hear from you. Your reviews mean something to me. Your engagement matters. And I would just like to hear what you have to say. So check out the Apple Podcast and leave a review. We also have the Hot Take Hotties. We haven't seen anybody new head in there from All-Star Shore. Click the link in the description. Join the Hotties. We can talk about the show. We'd have a blast doing that. We're going to put these questions in the Hotties. We're also going to put the poll in the Hotties as well that we discussed before. So make sure that you go over there. We'll accept you and we'll have a great chat. But we are also recapping Challenge USA Season 2. If you are interested in that, you can check those out here. We are doing entirely too much, but we do it for you because we love you.
And that ends the longest outro ever on this podcast.
There's a lot that needs to be said, okay? This is important. But we will see you for episode 3 of All-Star Shore and the Challenge USA recap. We love you. Bye!
Bye-bye, everybody!